Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Now I normally ride with a top box. At the moment I'm using a Givi or Givi B45 Plus. So in this video I'll be doing a review on this top box to hopefully help you guys figure out if it's the right one for you. Now before we get started, I thought I'd run through what you get in the box when you buy this top box brand new. So you get the top box, you get a universal base plate, a universal base plate cover, 2 screws for that base plate cover, 4 bolts, 4 nylock nuts, 4 square washers, 4 metal brackets, 2 keys and an elasticated mesh cover for the top of the top box, which I presume is the plus part of the B45 Plus. The top box comes with a built-in backrest and it comes with a foam pad for the inside of the top box. As you can see on my top box, I have these 2 reflective strips. I fitted those. They do not come standard with this box. To mount this top box to your bike, you will need a rack to attach the universal base plate to. I'm using the standard rack that comes on the Honda Transalp XL750 from the factory. 2 of those bolts go through 2 existing bolt holes on the rack, and then the other 2 bolts, these 2, use the metal brackets that come in the packet to clamp around the rack on my Transalp. It's very secure, it's certainly not going anywhere. There's plenty of places to put those bolts, and the little square washers have a little bit of adjustability in them, so you can have that adjustability up or down or left to right depending on which way round you fit them. It's a relatively simple job, but it can be a bit fiddly. Now this is a very practical top box for me. It's big enough to be able to get my work bag in, which is around 30 litres in size, and then I can get a pair of shoes in and a coat, along with whatever security device I'm going to be using that day. It's also big enough to fit in my helmet if I decide just to nip into a shop and I've got nothing else inside that box. To unlock the top box and get inside, you'll need the key. Put the key in the keyhole and turn 90 degrees towards the right. Press that top button and that will unlock the top of the top box. To close the top box, you don't actually need the key even in the lock. Close the lid, press down until you hear a click, and that's the lid locked back down in place. Now you do need to be careful here because it is possible to lock the key inside the top box. To remove the top box from the base plate, again you'll need that key. Turn 90 degrees towards the right. This time press the bottom button whilst lifting up the top box, and that will release the top box away from the base plate. Putting it back on is just as simple. Line up these 2 tabs with these 2 holes. Press down firmly until you hear a click, and that's the top box locked back onto the base plate. You don't even need the key in the top box to lock it back onto the base plate. Now inside this top box there is a foam pad. This is particularly helpful as it helps to prevent things from sliding all over the place and rattling around when you're out on a ride. Particularly useful when I'm filming. And the back pad that comes standard on this top box is also a really nice touch. It just makes your pillions ride that bit more comfortable. Now I mentioned earlier that this top box comes with an elasticated mesh for a bit more storage. This just clips onto each corner of the top box. Now I haven't used this yet, but it does seem like quite a useful feature. In terms of wear and tear, well, there is none. Everything is exactly as it was when it was new. Nothing's bent, twisted, cracked, deformed, which is a little bit surprising considering this top box is rated to carry up to 3 kilos. I have definitely put in more weight than that. The hinges, the locking mechanism for the lid and for the base plate are all working exactly as they were from new. In terms of looks, I really like the look of this top box on my bike. I think it really suits it. However, I'll let you guys decide for yourselves. It's worth remembering though, when you don't need the top box, it's very easy to remove and stick to one side. Overall, I think this is a very good top box. It's well built, well priced, practical, and from a very well-known brand. It suits my needs perfectly. It's not too big, yet it's still big enough for day-to-day use and a couple of nights away. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.